Artorias is one of the rawest villains in Tales of. He's one of the best antagonists in the franchise. Ooh, did you need new earrings right now? Not right now, but you will soon. It's Eleanor needs more ribbons. We've gotten, like, no ribbons. Artorias is one of the best antagonists in Tales of. He's probably the second best antagonist after Gaius. And if you're looking for an antagonist that is, like, straight up evil, Artorias is probably the best. Because Gaius is a lot more of an anti-hero in some cases. Especially because Gaius becomes a, like, a hero playable character in Xillia 2. So, like, there's an argument to be made that, like, if you're looking for straight up, like, evil antagonist, Artorias is #1 because Gaius doesn't exactly fit the bill. But if you're just, like, antagonist of Tales of games, Gaius #1, Artorias, probably #2. Trying to think of my other favorite Tales of games. I think Artorias is better than Vaughn from Abyss. I think he's better than Mythos from Symphonia. I think he's better than Lambda from Graces. I really love Lambda as an antagonist, but Lambda has a, like, you know, Lambda's got a really nuanced thing going on that makes him a little different from your average antagonist because he's supposed to be, like, a really sympathetic villain and whatnot, whereas Artorias definitely isn't. So, again, it's, like, the same thing with Artorias and Gaius of, like, oh, like, if you're looking for, like, I'm talking about an antagonist that is straight up evil, not, like, an antagonist who's, like, sympathetic or, like, from a good standing like Gaius is, etc. Lambda can kind of fall into that same situation that Gaius does. But Lambda's probably the next up for, like, my favorite Tales of antagonist alongside Gaius and Artorias, I would say. Anyways, let's go over here and talk to Rokuro and Kurogane. Come on. Hey guys, how's it going?
Whoa! Look at all those swords!
That's what happens when the legendary blacksmith Kurogane toils so hard, he forgets to die.
I gave up everything, thinking of nothing else but forging a sword that could surpass Stormhowl. And before I knew it...
You had traded your humanity for demonhood.
I see I'm not the only one. So great was your grudge against your brother, the inheritor of Stormhowl.
Well, guess we're not so different. You don't suppose you could hammer me up a new sword, do you?
I've forged countless blades over these long years, yet not one has proven a match for Stormhowl. And yet you still seek a Kurogane sword?
I'll put it like this. No matter how much you've failed across the centuries, you've never broken. Well, I'm the same way. If anything can break Shigure and his god blade, it's the bitterness I carry.
Strangely enough, seeing you and your brother has given me an idea that might work. I will forge you a new blade.
Should we get some Brightstone?
Nope. No need for that.
Huh?
Should I take it from the top?
If you would. My arms are all I'll be needing.
What are you doing?
Don't be alarmed. I'm just cutting free some raw materials for the sword.
You see something new every day.
You need his head to make the sword?
That's right. With this fine clump of pure resentment, I shall forge your imitation Stormhowl anew.
No. I only keep this imitation as a reminder of how weak-willed I was in the past. To defeat Shigure, I've perfected the art of dual wielding, a secret Rangetsu technique.
All right. If that's what you prefer, a pair of short swords it is.
Dude, honestly, one of the sickest scenes in the game. Rokuro just chopping his head off. The thing about the want me to take it off the top, I love it.
Whoa.
We'll wait outside.
Dude, I love it.
The ship is on its way, right on schedule.
Of course it is. They don't have the Reaper on board.
One more thing. Apparently, Shigure is Artorias' bodyguard.
So we'll have to face him down sometime, no matter what.
It's in our best interest to get rid of him while he's working alone. The problem is, Rokuro can't beat him by himself.
Agreed. Shigure is not to be trifled with.
Certainly. That's why, when Rokuro creates an opening, we're going to take Shigure out.
You want us to meddle in somebody else's private quarrel?
If it affects my own quarrel, yes.
I suppose I'm in the same position. Besides, I can still use him. There's no sense in throwing his life away.
Rokuro's not really a guy to care about the big picture. He might try to hack your limbs off a bit, but he'll get over it.
Take him off. He might, you know, try and like remove some of your bodily limbs, but yeah, give it some time. It'll be fun. Like it or criminal, I'll knock down anything that stands in my way, and I'll use any means necessary. Oh, I love Aizen.
I made Bienfu rush out to the docks to scout the place out. Pretty smart, am I right?
I pity that creature sometimes.
That Kurogane, though, what a character! Giving his own body to forge a sword, like some kind of ritual sacrifice.
Ritual sacrifice. It's certainly something only a demon would do. It was a necessary sacrifice in order to gain power.
A necessary sacrifice. What a vicious turn of phrase.
Indeed.
Still, I can't say I'm not thrilled to see how it all turns out. If what you give is mere meat for a god's morbid lunch, could there be a more trivial sacrifice? But if the offering is one's own body and soul, even a single hair can be portentous. I wonder which he will have been in the end.
Portentous? This just keeps getting more entertaining. There's never a dull day hanging around with you. Yeah, whatever. What about the Tales of Arise villain? I think that the Tales of Arise villains are good. I don't think any of them are great, though. Some people will argue that they're bad, specifically the final villain, but I disagree with them. I don't think they're, like, fantastic, but I think they're good, and they serve the theme of the game really, really well. Could they have been done better? Oh, yeah, undoubtedly. But I think people are way too harsh a critic on the villains of Tales of Arise, and I also think that some people just really go out of their way for some reason to, like, want to have problems with Arise and, like, say, like, oh, it wasn't that good, that they just latch on to anything that wasn't fantastic to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, the villains is one of the weaker parts of Tales of Arise, but everything else in the game is phenomenal, but then people who want to say the game is bad will be like, oh, but the villains! And I'm like, yeah, the villains were, like, fine. Some of them were good, even. They weren't, like, amazing. There wasn't any, like, Lambda, Gaius, Artorias, Shigure. There wasn't anyone that really stood out. Maybe Volaron, but even then, they could have done Volaron better, for sure. But it's such an annoying thing to get hung up on and to be like, oh, Arise actually isn't that good because of this one thing, to which I'm just like, you're an idiot.
Rokuro, Kurogane, I just do not understand them.
You saw them. Demons. We're crazy.
Sure, but they go through life with such crystal clear sense of purpose.
Even demons have things they're not willing to let go. Or do you think us mere animals, running around killing people left and right?
I know. I understand demons still have a certain consciousness, but I look at those two and they seem passionate, like normal people.
Well, I've yet to meet a human so passionate he'd chop his own head off.
Do you have a purpose like they do?
I do, in fact. Ever since Artorias used my brother as a sacrifice.
Typical demon nonsense. The Abbey exists to protect the people. Yes, sometimes cold, painful decisions need to be made to protect the many, but they never stoop to human sacrifice. Besides, as shepherd, Artorias will cleanse the world of...
If that's what you think, Ask the precious shepherd yourself. Ask him just what he did 3 years ago.
He wouldn't. He'd never.
You really think Velvet's doing all this off of a lie? A sacrifice that can't be?
Rokuro wants to slay his brother, even if it kills him. And Kurogane had his own head lopped off just to forge powerful swords. How do those two find it in themselves to go so far?
It's just how they are. They're demons. Not exactly normal.
Yeah, it's scary. But I also kinda admire it. But me, I don't have anything I'm that desperate to accomplish.
Not yet, you mean. In time, you'll find something.
You really think so?
Almost certainly. But don't feel you have to go and risk your life over it. You're not a demon, and you should stay that way. You deserve a normal life.
Okay.
But never mind. Just the foolish ramblings of a demon girl.
Bad news! A group of praetors have left the docks and are headed this way! They said they were coming to purge Eleanor the traitor!
Purge?
Velvet, what do we do?
We take them head on. And you're fighting with us, Eleanor.
An order, I presume.
It is. Protect Laphicet and defeat the exorcists.
All right. I understand.
Just remember, if we lose Eleanor, Laphicet will turn into a demon.
I haven't forgotten. But we need to pool all the resources we have. She needs us for her own ends. And we'll use that to our advantage in this fight.
Just don't push your luck too far, Velvet.
And so recently was she a noble, upstanding young exorcist. How quickly one falls when entering Velvet's dark orbit.
Ask me if I care.
Yeah. Hit a save real fast. Save it up. Dude, we're coming up on 2.5 hours. I'm once again losing hope that I'll get to play the Tales of card game today. I just want to play, dude, I just want to like spend an entire like 8-hour stream playing the card game. Is that so much to ask? Honestly, is it really so much to ask? Also, again, I don't really want to find any of these enemies if we don't have... I wonder if the game actually gives Rokuro any of the experience he misses out on when he's out of the party right here when he rejoins. I don't know. I never know what to expect with games, Tales of or otherwise, when party members aren't in the party, if they, like, account for that very hard or not. We're just gonna rush to the objective, and then when we get Rokuro back, we'll probably double back to these caves and do some dangerous encounters to get some easy level ups. Because we're gonna be leaving this area pretty soon, presumably for a while, so I want to take advantage of these. We've been doing really well in the dangerous encounters with these enemy types, so I want to take advantage of it to try and get some more easy level ups to make sure we're good level scaling wise for hard mode.
Praetor Eleanor, you should be ashamed of yourself, cowering to demons.
Your collusion could spell disaster to the Abbey if left unchecked. The only possible atonement is your death.
Here we go.
Earth come.
Power Link. Power Link. Lame? I assume it's because the Praetor is buffing you, so the Praetor is gotta go. Ow. Come here, you. I love Discord. There we go, there we go. Dude, I'm gonna keep talking about it for like the rest of stream today. I love, did it say that this guy was level 6? I love the, whatchamacallit. They are level 6, what the heck? I absolutely love the guard get the stun boost. I love it so much. It is so fantastic. Wrecked. All right, you stupid little Power Link freaks, come here. Level 6 losers. Get discorded. That Eleanor, that's actually really in character for her to knock the orderlies away from being murdered by Velvet there, which is the funny part. Da-da-da-da-da. Come here, you. Easy. I'm a gamer.
You've betrayed the people and sullied Artorias' ideals.
No, that's not... Velvet, she's testing me. I know I have to fight. My mission calls for it. But any more of this will kill them.
Time for you to die and be purged!
Eleanor! I can't do it. I can't kill them.
I'm not done yet.
There. Now we're even, Eleanor.
You've got new swords! Sinister. I like it.
I take it you're ready.
Yeah. All that's left is to kill Shigure.
With me as a witness.
I...
Keep on fighting like that, and you'll be killed. And if you get killed, Laphicet will lose his vessel.
I know that.
Velvet, wait.
You're not going to kill them?
I'm just not that hungry right now. I've got new orders for you. Fight the exorcists, but make sure they don't die.
Understood.
You're a bad guy, but not a bad guy. Major feel right there. Yo, Rokuro's back in it. Let's go. He's got new knives.
I guess that was as far as Eleanor could go.
I think so. Push her any further and she's bound to break.
Ever the virtuous exorcist.
That very virtue is what lets her be Laphicet's vessel. Besides, I can't help but admire her commitment. She's enduring total disgrace to accomplish her mission.
How uncommonly pleasant of you.
Pleasant folks don't use people the way we do.
Yeah, you've got that right.
It do be that way sometimes. The Kurogane daggers. Do you just have them equipped? Oh, they're automatically mastered. Weird. Well, I'm just going to leave you on these because you need to master them. Also, they're better stat-wise anyway. Oh, the Kurogane daggers give you an insane art attack bonus. Interesting. Very interesting. All right.